Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm. Last video we got our basic compositing done. We brought in our main characters. We did a little bit of head swapping, that kind of stuff. It's not great, but it's good enough for a 15-minute long video. In this video, we're going to try to make the costume look as good as possible. There are two main tricks that I'm going to teach you in this video. I'm going to teach you how to change the color of something, and I'm going to teach you the clone stamp tool. First, let's get into the clone stamp tool. So that's this tool, the clone stamp tool, is going to allow us to solve a very specific problem for this design. I don't want this Superman logo here on the chest. I want it to be kind of a bare chest here. I mean, not bare chest, but you know what I mean. I don't want this thing to be here. So I'm going to use this tool called the clone stamp tool. Over here on the toolbar, I'm going to look for my clone stamp tool. And the way this works, and then click on it. The way it works is I have to set an anchor point somewhere in the design. So if I were to just click, I'll get this tooltip that pops up that says could not use the clone stamp because the layer to the clone has been moved. The layer to clone has been moved or deleted. Alt click to define a source point on the active layer. So this layer is the body, and I'm going to just Alt, and I'm going to find a good reference point here. Let's go like right about here. I'm going to click there. So now notice how my brush kind of turns into a representation of where I clicked. If I were to then paint in using that brush, then it will kind of paint in that texture, right? And I can make it darker if I want, which doesn't really blend very well. Let's go dark down here. Oh, and let's do that. Yeah, that'll be better. Down here for the dark. And it's kind of like erasing my Superman logo here. Now, again, we have to be very careful with where we're getting our references from. And it's a bit of a, I don't know, maybe a little bit of an art as opposed to a science. You just kind of got to get a feel for it. That's pretty dark. Anyway, and maybe some lighter. Okay, cool. Yep, it's a bit better. All right. So yeah, you just got to kind of keep brushing it in and see if you can make it look nice. All right, and again, I'm not going to worry too much about making it look realistic because I don't want to spend all day on the video and I don't want you guys to get bored watching me click around. So I'm just going to get rid of the logo as much as I can. It's not clean, it's not great, but it's something. And then maybe I'll increase my brush size a little bit here. And then maybe I'll grab, I don't know, there, and just kind of smooth it out a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. It's not perfect. But if we zoom out, I mean, it looks pretty okay. Like the logo's gone. Now it's less recognizable that he is Superman, right? So next thing I need to do is change the colors here. I'm actually going to hide Mr. Esposito. Okay, I'm going to hide Giancarlo Esposito. And I'm going to use, let's bring in some colors. So I've done, oh, not there. I've done a search for some colors that I really like. And I really like, I'll show you. I have this purple logo here, which really awesomely matches up with that color. That's going to be the logo I put on his chest, which means I'm probably going to want this or something like it. Maybe even, let's try this, F22E76. So I found the color I want. I have the hex value for it. And something you guys can do as well is you can go to color.adobe.com. Now, this is a website that allows you to really get detailed when it comes to color. You can pick really, really nice color combinations and stuff like that. I can even go over here to trends, and I can find trends that look really nice. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, there's some cool color combinations in here. Like that one's really cool. That's the one that I had picked out. Let's see if there's a better one, though. Let's go explore. All right. And next. Yeah, this website's great for color because you can get some really cool looking. Oh, there's some cool like primary. There we go. All right. Ooh, let's do. I want a nice light pink as my background color. So, you know what? Maybe I won't pick a color scheme. Maybe I'll just kind of do it myself. Yeah, let's just do it myself. All right. So I'm going to pick a nice color that I want to replace the basic blue here with. So I'm going to go with a hot pink or maybe a softer pink, something like that. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to grab my color replacement tool, which is inside the brush. I'm going to go color replacement. And now, anywhere that I start coloring, it's going to replace that color with the color I chose. So see, I can just basically color right on there, and it's going to replace that color. Now, it's not getting rid of the detail, which is really, really nice, right? It's allowing me to keep the detail. I'm going to increase my brush size so this goes faster. It's allowing me to keep the detail while just replacing the color, okay? Now again, smaller brush size, more time paid attention to the details, but for me, I'm just trying to get through this quickly so that you guys don't get bored. But I am going to have to go smaller brush size around here. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm very quickly and easily replacing the blue in the costume with the pink color that I've chosen. All right. Now, I want to choose a nice... Oh, look at that. So I've made a mistake. I colored into an area that I shouldn't, right? So one thing I could do is I can grab my eraser and come in here and try to erase it. But watch what happens. I've literally erased parts of my image, right? I don't want to do that. I'm going to Control Z to undo. And I'm actually just going to Control Z, right? Control Z is your friend. Oh, I still have my eraser tool. Control Z is your friend. If you make a mistake, Control Z will undo the last thing you've done. Or you can keep hitting Control Z to undo other things. Or you can come up here to the history and you can find the last step before your mistake. And then you can undo it. All right, so I'm just getting the gist, the basic color in here. Xenon, starring Pedro Pascal and Giancarlo Esposito. All right, cool. I'm not going to worry about painting his downstairs yet. The next thing I want to do is let's color his belt and the cape a little bit. So let's get in here. Let's grab a nice bright yellow. And I'm probably going to decrease my brush a little bit. And I'm basically just going to come in here and start coloring in. Now, notice that I grabbed a really bright yellow, but it's showing up not super bright. It's kind of dull. That's because the material it's on is kind of dull. The material it's on is like a metal, like a metallic material. And so it's not going to show up like super bright, right? We can make some changes later. And I think I'm going to use the same color for the cape. Nice yellow cape. Yeah, this is not looking as good as I want it to. So, because I'm not taking my time. But hopefully for you, yours will look awesome because you're going to take your time and make it really nice. Okay, Mr. Yellow Pea Cape. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, you get the idea with the color change tool, right? So we're completely changing. I mean, it's almost unrecognizable as a Superman costume at this point. Okay, the last thing I want to do with him is just to put a logo on his chest. So I'm going to bring in the logo. I'll pop it in here. And I'll just kind of put it on his chest. Now, I want to transform it a little bit. I don't want it to sit flat, kind of like it is. I want it to be skewed a little bit. I want there to be, I want it to look like it's kind of wrapping around his chest. So if I hold Shift, or no, Control, and I grab the corner that I want to skew, I can actually kind of skew it in, make it look a little bit more 3D. Let's bring that up like that. Make it kind of look like it's sitting on his chest as opposed to just sitting flat. Okay, that looks better. It's not perfect, and I'm realizing he's kind of starting to look like, well, no, it looks pretty good. It looks not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so let's bring back in Giancarlo. All right, now we can see that it's definitely making a difference. We're definitely changing some stuff. I actually think I'm going to change his suit to a nice green suit. Just, because I don't want him to look super realistic while our superhero looks completely kind of ridiculous, like superheroes tend to look. I want to make him look a bit ridiculous as well. So we'll turn his gray suit into a green suit. Now we're going to do some more to kind of blend these characters in together in this design later on. But for right now, we just want to get the costumes looking nice. All right, get the color in there. Okay. Oh, again, Control Z is your friend. Now the color replacement tool is pretty smart. And so notice how I can kind of go a little bit. I've got the mouse button held down. I can kind of go over his hand a little bit, and it's still not going to completely cover up his color. And that's because the tool is pretty smart. It kind of can recognize what you want to do, and it tries to do its best to make that happen. Okay. Oh. Yeah, he's bleeding into the shirt there a little bit. All right. Okay, so I've got some color on there. I've changed the suit color. I've changed the outfit. All right, I'm going to do some more playing around with this on my own. But I think this is enough for this video. In the next video, we'll get into all the background elements and kind of build the atmosphere of this design. All right, cool. Thanks for paying attention, and I'll see you next time.